Okay, hello, good afternoon. So I would like to explain what we did yesterday, Monday, the 28th of October, during the on-site session. So for that, you would allow me to share my screen. Okay, as usual, we come here to the gloima.com to see one, and we come to the date. I usually put a reference to the week that we are in, and we come to the lesson plan. I'm sorry. We open up the lesson plan. This is the lesson plan. So what we did was we started with a speaking activity, which was about some headlines that I had included. We only did the first one, really, because we spoke about it for quite a little while, so we did not need to continue. Maybe we will continue the next day. And the thing was to say whether we thought the headline was true, partly true, or false. And then after that, we started speaking about work, about productivity, about team spirit and teamwork, about synergy, etc., etc., etc. Then after that, we continued correcting 3 more sentences from these sentences here. We had done denied and we had done sooner, so we practiced a little. We reviewed verb patterns, verbs plus infinitive and gerund for a little while, and then we continued with the carry. We saw, I reviewed how phrasal verbs work from a syntactic point of view, and I also explained the meaning of some of the particles and how that might help us infer which is the right phrasal verb for the different contexts. Then we did believe, this one here, which was the typical passive structure. He's believed to have stolen the painting. I mean, to be believed plus infinitive, to be expected, to be supposed, to be likely, to be, be adjective or past participle plus infinitive, which is very commonly used in English, and it adds nuances to our expression. And then we also saw the rather. I would rather she hadn't done it. And I explained superficially how the tense shift, which means every time we use a hypothetical structure, we have to take a step back. So retrospection is going further back in the past, because the present becomes the past, which is what happens with, for example, would rather, but also with it's time, with conditional sentences, with I wish, etc., etc. And then after that, I told them that we would start with this. And I told them we would start with this because I'm going to introduce, this is about a former FBI agent who, so we did the speaking activity, but we couldn't continue with it. This former FBI agent, there is an interview to this person, and he explains how they can identify a spy by the way he holds things, or by his facial expression, etc., etc., etc. And then I gave him handouts with vocabulary from the sources that we have, that I gave you, this in particular, which we will comment and we will do here the next day. I have to say that I also explained that here I have, as you see, I have a reference to the trip that the department has organized to London during the month of April. You have a link to the flashcards, which some of you asked me to include. And here you have a catch-up section. In this catch-up section, what I'm going to do is I am going to add all the different units that we extract, that we take from the sources that I gave you, because we have done some, these are all the sources, I mean, all the sources that we are going to handle during the year. And here are the references of the things that we have done so far, or the units that when we do some kind of specific grammar item or vocabulary item, I will highlight for you to do and practice at home. So up to now, we have done these ones, but anyway, I would like to add the one with the passive structures, such as distancing, or those that really allow us to grade will, probability, and the degree of involvement of the speaker, to be expected to be supposed to be said to be thought to be assumed, to infinitive, etc., etc. And perhaps I will also add the hypothetical structures, because we saw it yesterday too. And this is more or less, we will, if possible, I posted a writing activity, a writing task on an online session during the second online session, I think, but very few of you have handed it in. So I think it's important enough to bring it up again. I don't know whether I will have time during the next on-site session, but I would like to bring it up again during an on-site session, because very few of you have handed it in, and I would like it to be clear. So probably next day we will talk about ways of moving, because that's what the handouts that I gave you, and I asked you to print out are about. Ways of moving, which is derived from the body language set of activities that we will do. And at the same time, I would like to bring up again how to build up an essay, which from my point of view is the basis of writing. If you know how to structure an essay, you know how to structure an article, and probably by assimilation, you will know how to structure the rest of all the writing types that we have. So I hope you find this useful. I will presently post all the contents of the online session. And if you should have any queries, please do not hesitate to contact me at the email address that you have on the initial page of gloima.com, or any possible mean by Teams, Ithaca, any way you like. Or simply bring your queries and your questions to our next on-site session, which will be next Tuesday. So thank you for your attention, and I hope you find it useful. See you on Tuesday.